After I lost my sight for 14 years, I really didn't do anything at all because I was scared to death.
At Outlook Nebraska, our mission is to make a positive impact on the visually impaired, and that's done through employment and enrichment programs, including teen rec and technology training and cultural experiences. Our hope is to help people who are visually impaired have a more enriching life.
Ken Blackman, I'm a finisher 2 on first shift. That means working on the packing line, and I can also be a wrapper operator.
My name is Emily Keating and I'm in 9th grade. I was born visually impaired.
Mike Sloan, I'm a finisher 1. I put the paper in the boxes. I check the paper. I even sometimes rewrap it by hand. My vision loss, I was born with it. I've always lived this way. I didn't know there were lots of different aspects for me. And I kind of fell through the cracks.
Our clients come to us from all different backgrounds and age groups. Some may have been born blind, and some may just now be recently experiencing vision loss for the first time.
I didn't leave the house. I just kind of muddled around the house and did what I needed to do. I had nothing. I fell into depression, confused, hurt, no direction at all. And I finally worked up enough courage to come and start work. And here I am 9 years later.
It made it hard to participate in other activities with my friends because they could all see what other people were doing, so they knew how to do it, and then I didn't really because I couldn't see what was happening. It makes me feel kind of left out, and then it makes me kind of like I get annoyed because I didn't get to do all the stuff that they were doing.
I worked at a local company for 25 years. I was a technological dinosaur. That's all I could say. It was terrible. I couldn't even turn on a computer.
No matter where our clients come from, they all face challenges in employment and in daily living. Things that we all take for granted, as simple as doing our laundry or cooking a meal, can create a huge problem.
And then I was told about O&I, and I was still leery about coming because I was still scared to leave the house. But I did it, and I'm glad I did. And I met everybody on the staff. They told me what O&I was about. And I finally worked up enough courage to come and start work. And here I am 9 years later.
I learned through my school. They kind of told me about it, and then I got signed up to do some of the activities, and then I got signed up for keyboarding for school, and I do it at ONI too.
So I went to the local community school, took a few computer classes, realized I'm in trouble. And I was mentioning the computers to the friend, and that's how it all came back around with O&I.
When I started O&I, I had no computer skills at all. And with the programs that O&I offers, which one of them is education and training, I jumped right on board with that. And I had no computer skills, like I said, so I learned how to use the computer. I can do all my stuff at home. And now I'm currently taking lessons to learn how to use my smartphone. So that completely opened up a whole new world for me, being able to use these technologies that are available to me.
It makes me feel more confident and powerful because I can do things faster when I type, and it doesn't go as slow as like sometimes Braille does, so that I can keep up with people in the class.
Computer classes I discovered are difficult in a normal classroom setting. But here, they'll sit you down. Want to learn an iPad? Want to learn a PC? Yep, they'll run through it.
Each person who comes to us experiences different gaps in the services they need. Our hope is to bridge those gaps with resources and programs and connections throughout the community.
I really don't know where I'd be. I really don't, because the options I had that I knew of were zero. Because where I am from, there was nothing like O&I around. So I had to move to Omaha to be a part of this program, which I'm glad I did.
I'm Lee McAuliffe, and I'm a TVI for Papillion La Vista Schools. I work with Emily for certain periods of the day, just depending on what her schedule is. As Emily has grown, we've also started working with other companies like O&I so that we are also meeting her technology needs. She's got a lot more self-determination now than she ever has.
I think life would be a lot harder because I wouldn't have as much confidence in myself, and I wouldn't be able to do a lot of the things that I do now.
I'm Doug Wampler. I am the Enrichment Program Associate. I train people on adaptive aids, computers, iPhones, droids. Training Mike was nice. He kept telling us that he kept pushing off coming in because he wasn't sure of Outlook. Then once he came in, he was very happy.
I'd be totally broke. I'd be in real trouble. Like serious trouble.
So Outlook Nebraska really made a commitment to expand from employment into enrichment and community services. And we just need the community to join us in that commitment to bridge these gaps for people who are visually impaired.